Hi friends, welcome back to another video. My name is Maria and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark and on eBay. And I am here to do the 8th video, well I guess this is the 7th video in a series I'm doing called What Actually Sold. We are going through all 12 days of my fun Thriftmas series from last December, where we went thrifting every single day for the first 12 days of December. Those videos are fun. It's fun to see what I picked up, but it's actually even more fun to sell the items that we pick up at Goodwill. So the point of this series is to go through and kind of reevaluate, did I pick up the right stuff? Is stuff going to sell? How fast does it sell? And how much does it sell for? So today we are going through Thriftmas day 8, and I actually only picked up 7 items. I thought about partnering it with day 9, which I did for days 6 and 7, just since they were both small hauls and I could do them in one video. But then when I looked at it, day 9, I picked up a whole bunch of stuff. So I decided day 9 actually needs its own video, so I figured I would just make a short one. I also am going to take a little bit of time at the end of today's video to talk about Poshmark. If you've been following the Poshmark drama with the new listing policy changes, stick around to the end of the video. I talked about it a little bit in a recent ship with me, but I have some follow-up. I'll let you know what's going on with me and what I've decided to do differently or not do differently in my business based on this new policy. So with that, let's dive in. We are going to go through every single item I picked up on Thriftmas day 8 to see if it has sold and what it sold for and how long it took to sell. So on this day, I purchased 7 items for $44.35. My average cost of goods was $6.34. So that is actually a couple dollars higher than it's been with some of my other videos, most likely because I didn't have a coupon or points that I rolled in. The coupons I get from donating to the store, so I probably didn't have anything to donate that day. So $6.34 for every single one of these items. The first thing I picked up was this Brooks Brothers linen pullover. I did sell this on Poshmark. I accepted a $20 offer because honestly, since it was Brooks Brothers and since it was linen, I didn't comp it in the store. Learn from my mistakes, or not. Is it a mistake? I don't know. I was in a hurry. We were filming a video. I knew it would sell, and it did. So I am happy with a $20 sale. It doesn't give me the best margin, though, because of my cost of goods, selling it for $20. So again, we keep talking about this on the channel. Figure out what's okay for you. That is okay with me because this sold in just 43 days and I made $9.66. Now, if this had taken 3 years to sell and I made $9.66, I'd probably be sitting here telling you, maybe don't pick this one up. But to each their own. The next thing I picked up was this play. I'm going to butcher this. Someone write it out phonetically in the comments for me, please. Play comme des garçons? I don't know. Y'all are probably yelling at me. I am very, very sorry. But this Play sweatshirt. Play is very well known for their iconic little heart. I mean, we do this, right? Millennials. But I think the Gen Zs are doing this. Let me know, are you a this person or are you a this person? Anyway, for their little heart logo that's on everything. So I actually, in the thrift with me, I skimmed past it and then I was like a light bulb went off. Like, no, that means something. And I went back to it and I am so glad I did. Also, when I did more research on this, you more often see the little red heart logo. The white heart logo seems to be much more rare. So I obviously did pick this up and it sold on eBay for $75. That was an offer I accepted and it was only listed for 28 days and I made $57.62. So $57 profit on one item is more than I spent on this entire haul. So right away, I'm already in the green. Very, very, very thankful for this. I think this brand also does collabs with other brands. I know they did a Converse collab. So if you see those shoes, keep a lookout for them. But anytime you see that heart, at least look it up. Okay, next has not actually sold, and I'm a little bit surprised it hasn't sold. And it was this Anthro crushed velvet blazer. I'm not recalling off the top of my head what size it was. I did wear it to work a couple days, so it was somewhere between an extra small and a medium probably for me to be able to wear it to work. And velvet has been really trendy. I liked the crushed velvet. But it has not yet sold. So I'm thinking I probably maybe priced it too high. And now that we're going into spring and summer, people aren't looking for that quite as much. It will still sell in spring or summer. There's always like evening events that people need stuff like this for. You can wear this to the office all year round. So I'm confident this is going to sell. Next time it comes up to be relisted on, eBay, I'll probably need to reevaluate it, and then we'll talk about relisting on Poshmark at the end of the video. The next thing I picked up was this vintage Victoria's Secret gold label black skirt. Hopefully everybody knows this, but if not, if you see this Victoria's Secret gold label, it is their vintage label, and it is very desired. It's also very like Y2K, many of the styles. I have found like the lingerie bodysuits and all kinds of things in this gold label. Those I think sell the best. This was definitely, when it was sold initially, a slip dress. Like, no one, it would have been a scandal to wear this like out into the world, not as a slip, but I'm pretty confident because that's what I would have done. Whoever bought this isn't wearing it as like a slip to go under a different dress. They're just wearing this as an adorable skirt. So cute. I love it. It was like a knee length, almost like a midi style, depending on how tall you are. And it sold on eBay for $36. I think I had it listed at $45, so that was probably either an offer I sent or an offer I accepted. It was listed for 86 days, and I made $22.44. I also got really sweet positive feedback on eBay from this, so that's great. Little quick side note, I just hit, you know how eBay, you have the stars for your positive feedback that you receive, and they change color as you get more. I just got my 500 positive feedback, or my 500th, I guess I should say, positive feedback, which got me my next color star. I can't even remember what color it is. I think it's purple. I think it might match my shirt. So that's really exciting because, as you know, people, like, what do you guys think? 1 in 10 maybe transactions, people actually leave positive feedback on eBay. So now I have to get, I think, up to 1,000 positive feedbacks for my next star. Okay. You know what? I was going to say don't come for me in the comments, but I give you full permission to come for me in the comments, because here's an example of what not to do as a reseller. Okay? Okay, I can take it. I can take it. I need the accountability. The next item has not yet sold because it is not yet listed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me tell you why. It is this new with tags Boston Proper, like a blue jacket with like floral, like a blazer with all this floral on it. It was absolutely stunning, but somehow I either missed or I might have dropped this in the store. I'm trying to remember, but like one of the sleeve cuffs, when I went to photograph it, had all this brown, like looked like dust or surface wear. But the problem is I kind of washed it just a bit and I couldn't get it out. Like I bleach penned it a little bit, like the color safe ones. And it didn't come out immediately. And I can't just wash it, A, because I think it might be dry clean only, and B, because it's new with tags. So it's been sitting in a stain treat death pile. I'm pretty good at keeping up with my stain treating, except for the items that need to be hand washed. So I am going to try to fully hand wash this, like with soak and everything in the sink, while keeping the new with tags part out. And I just have not done that yet. And it's embarrassing to admit to you guys. I have like 2 or 3 other things. I usually get a little pile of stain treat and then I will do all of those. But there's a couple things that are like delicate that I need to hand wash. I need to do them. I just need to do them. So I'm pretty confident that if this comes out, it will sell. It's a nice size. It's a beautiful style. It's new with tags. But I gotta get it listed first. Okay, next was this Leith? I'm not actually sure. Lithe, which is an older Anthropologie brand lace dress. This was one I was a little bit on the fence about because I knew this was an older Anthropologie tag. I was still seeing solds, but it has not yet sold. So maybe this is an Anthropologie label that is not as desirable. People aren't looking for it. It's possible I priced it too high. So we will see. I think it would be really beautiful as like a wedding guest dress. I did use that keyword. Maybe as we get more into full spring wedding season, it will sell. It would have been beautiful as like a holiday or Christmas dress also. But I think by the time I listed it, we were really close and people were probably nervous about it coming in time. And then the 7th, I don't know if I'm surprised or not yet. It was these Dansko black like clog sandals. They were the Tory style, and I did look these up. in the store because I leave Dansko behind quite a bit, especially at my Goodwills because they price them up astronomically. And I have a pair of like Dansko like sneakers that have been sitting forever. So I'm a little bit put off by Dansko, just full disclosure. And I did end up picking these up though based on comps both on eBay and Poshmark that this style was selling really well. So this is another one that maybe I listed it too high because I was seeing such great sales. Maybe that gave me a bit of overconfidence, but we are going into spring and summer, so maybe this one will sell because it is very spring and summery, and I probably need to reassess the price at this point too. All right, so if you're paying attention, that's not that great. My sell-through for this specific haul is not that great, but I'm here to be transparent with you guys, as always. So of the 7 items, 3 have sold, 3 have not sold, and 1 is not yet listed. So basically a 50% sell-through rate of the listed items. My total purchase was $44.35. Cost of goods was $6.34, just as a reminder. So my total sold value of the 3 that have sold, so that's after fees, shipping, all the things, is $89.72. If you take out my cost of goods for the entire haul, including the things that haven't yet sold, $44.35, I am already in the green, so I've made $45.37 of profit with 4 items left to sell. So I am pretty happy about that. Thankfully, I had that play sweatshirt that sold really well, or else this might have been the haul that I was in the negative at this point in time. But that's the cool thing about reselling, is even if you go into a store and you find 9 bread and butter items, a lot of the time you're going to find one good item that kind of makes the whole thing worth it. I think even like the last video I did had one of the hauls was kind of meh, just like this one, but I sold those Obermeyer pants for way more than I even expected. So I'm thankful for that. I need to get the one listed, and then hopefully the other 3 will sell. Okay, so before I wrap up this video, because again, I said this was going to be a quick one, let's talk Poshmark. If you sell on Poshmark, or if you're interested in selling on Poshmark in the future. I'm not going to belabor the whole background. There are other videos on that, or you can go back and watch my other video. I'll pop it up and I'll put it down below. But basically, Poshmark put out a new listing policy / delisting policy about the way that you can list and delist on Poshmark. So it sounds like they're really trying to crack down on people relisting items, so removing them and putting up the same exact items over and over and over and over again. I truly believe that they're intending this to kind of catch the people that are like every day relisting their whole closet, which I understand. And as a seller, I appreciate that. However, it seems like it was a really bad AI type of rollout because people were reporting that they were being suspended for removing an item that sold on eBay, or for relisting 2 items that have, been listed for a year or something. They put out a really ambiguous policy, and then they followed up with that policy a couple days later, saying that you can remove items that have sold on other platforms, you can relist items that have been listed for over 60 days. But then when it took place May 1st, people started getting suspended. So sellers like myself got really scared. I was nervous to remove things that sold on eBay. I stopped relisting and delisting entirely, while I waited to see what other people have figured out. It is, as of today, March 17th, I think. I'm in the wrong month. May 17th. And Poshmark has still not put out any type of statement about kind of the madness and the drama, which is surprising to me, because even when they did their fee change, they rolled that back in like 2 weeks because of so much drama. They're also really marketing PoshFest, and I would imagine this is gonna be a hot item of people asking questions and kind of coming at Poshmark like, WTF, what's going on? So in the last video, I said that I was nervous to delist, I was nervous to relist, and I still am, full disclosure. But I've been dabbling, like I've been putting my toes back in the water. So as of today, because I was keeping like a written thing of everything that had sold on eBay that I hadn't removed from Poshmark yet, I have removed everything that sold on eBay. I kind of did it slowly. A couple things I put as not for sale, but I didn't want to do too many things because some people saying they were being flagged for that. Some people were putting their items listed at like $5,000, so nobody in their right mind would buy them. I didn't do that approach, but I did, like, if I had something that I had priced at like $25 and it's sold on eBay, I had a couple of things that I priced at like $55 that still, I'm pretty sure no one's gonna buy for $55, but it's not like $5,000 where Poshmark would be more likely to flag it. Even those I have now all removed, and for the past week or so, as things sell on eBay, I immediately remove them from Poshmark like I used to. So I've been doing that consistently for a week now. I've had no issues. I've had no warning letters. I also am still using my automation. I do use Posher VA. Full warning, it does sound like this policy is also trying to crack down on automation. Automation has been one of these things that, like, everyone uses it unless you're just selling stuff out of your own closet. And Poshmark knows everyone uses it. And honestly, it benefits Poshmark because we make more sales because we use it. Because I have a closet of 1,500 items. I can't sit there all day long and share my closet, especially me, because I'm at work full time and I don't even have my phone at work, so I couldn't if I wanted to. So it makes Poshmark more sales. They are, I think, trying to crack down on automation. So I'm keeping an eye on that. I've been using Posher VA to still share my closet. I've gotten no warnings for that. And literally last night, I was like, okay, I gotta relist something because I want to bring in more sales. I have older items sitting. Before this, probably since like at least the beginning of 2025, I had been relisting using Posher VA 20 items every single day. I'm not gonna do that. I'm nervous to do that. But last night, for the first time, I did 5. As of right now, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon the next day, I haven't gotten any warnings, and I think I'm going to keep doing 5 for a while, hope that nothing happens, and then I'll just see how it plays out. Maybe I'll get more confident as things move along. I'm keeping an eye on other YouTubers and Instagrammers that are giving updates on what they're doing, and as I see things, I'll try to just get these little 5-minute updates put into my videos to help you guys out, especially for anyone that might not have Instagram, because that's where I'm seeing most of it come through. But I also am really curious what you guys are experiencing. So please tell me down in the comments, or tell the collective group down in the comments, has anyone had any warnings or been suspended? If so, why? If you don't mind sharing, just to kind of help each other out as a group. I know we're all just trying to survive out here right now as a community. Or are you doing things, and also if you don't mind sharing, have you been still relisting? Have you been like copying listings and putting them back up? How many are you doing? Because we can all feel it out together. And that is it. That is all I have for you guys. I actually am headed to Ohio for a couple days tomorrow, which is where I'm from. And for the loyal channel viewers, that's my favorite bins location. Columbus, Ohio, of the 6 or so that I've been to, is my favorite, and I am hoping to at least make a quick stop in. So we'll see, and I will of course film it for you guys, probably have a haul for you guys, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are having an absolutely amazing day. Don't forget to subscribe, give the video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.